on the money and running the first one to respond. Orange Silks of Beckerdorf's right there. Isfahan to the inside. Coming towards the 400 meter marker. Guinness the one to get to. Guinness as they come to the last 250. He's the one to beat, and Guinness goes for broke with 200 to go. And Guinness now ridden to respond 3 parts of a length. Carry On Alice is now going to try and reel him in late on, but Guinness continues to go from Carry On Alice, who's coming home late. Guinness is crying for the line. Guinness all out and pulled it off.
Well done, Master. Well, Mr. KOSTER, it's a long way from Bonnievale, but it's been an absolutely incredible day for Marcus and Ingrid Jooste, and more importantly for KLAWERVLEI stud.
Yeah, Andrew, I think, obviously speaking about 7th Rock, for KLAWERVLEI running second in the same race, when one looks at the bigger picture, 7th Rock's career is now just catapulted into the stratosphere. And the fantastic thing about it is that so many people have invested a huge amount in 7th Rock because they really believe in the horse. And today has just told us that we're all on the right track.
Well, Dennis DRIER is a man that has been in this game for so many years. He's always been a big supporter of KLAWERVLEI. I've often seen him there, and he told his wife some time back, we have got a very, very special horse here today, and in just his second start, he's proven that in no uncertain terms.
Absolutely, Andrew, and I think Dennis has got a couple of them. I think 4 or 5 of them. I know every sale that Dennis went to, including the KLAWERVLEI farm sale, he picked out 7th Rocks, and he bought a 7th Rock at each one of those sales. So it's great that Dennis's faith in the stallion has proven to be where it should be. And, Dennis is just a masterful trainer. Fantastic to see him get results like that. And I just have to tell you, Andrew, that 7th Rock left our shores after Charlie Laird won the same race with him as a 2-year-old, went to Australia to try our luck there, knowing that if he'd won a Group 1 there, his value would be immense. It didn't work out that way. The quarantine was just too much for the horse. And Marcus was brave enough to bring him back here and to catapult his career as a stallion from KLAWERVLEI stud. So all dues to Marcus. I can't thank him enough for his bravery and for his commitment to South African breeding and racing.
Well, I suspect that had he won the Lightning Stakes in which he competed, that he probably wouldn't have come back to South Africa and would have been a big loss to this country.
Well, that's absolutely correct. We always had to think of the finances. Marcus has put in an enormous amount of money into the game. But I'll never forget Charles Fall saying to me, John, whatever you do, whatever happens to that horse, make sure he stays in South Africa. Make sure that he goes to stud in South Africa, because I think he could change the shape of the breed here. So those were powerful words, and please God, they turned out to be correct.
Well, we know a lot about Rock of Gibraltar. He was the racehorse par excellence, just incredible amount of Group 1s that he notched up. But tell us a little bit about the dam line. That's so important.
Well, of course, Ruby Clipper, we all know her extremely well. She was a champion sprinter in South Africa. A Rubiton filly, with that amount of speed, and with Rock of Gibraltar, who we know does so well in South Africa, it's just a great, great pity we never got Rock of Gibraltar into this country. At one stage we thought it was quite close, but the boys at Coolmore decided otherwise. But Rock of Gibraltar, as you saw in the 2-year-old fillies race, ran first and second. He's been an amazing stallion, and they really suit our conditions, Andrew. And I think that's vitally important, that we use stallions that suit the conditions in this country.
Well, John, there's so much to talk about, but suffice to say, with Ruby Clipper having won this very self-same race, the SA Filly Sprint, 7th Rock having won the race, it's just destiny coming back to roost.
No, it's amazing, Andrew. This story is full of fairy tales, isn't it? And, I think that's what makes this game. I think there's so many people who've got great stories to tell about horses, and that's why we're in the game, and that's why we love this game with these unbelievably noble animals.
Well, the most important thing from a sport analogy perspective is that every cricket team likes to have an anchor, whether it's a Barry Richards or a Jacques Collis. You've got Captain L.
No, he's been the most amazing stallion that we could ever have envisaged of having. You know, the race that Guinness won today, Carry-On Alice was just absolutely so brave and superb. She went down a short head. But that's what Captain L's done for us. You know, he's been champion sire 5 years in a row. He's just so consistent. We call him Mr. Fix It at home because you can send him any type of a mare and he'll give you a yearling that you can sell well and that they race well and they're very sound horses. So we're absolutely blessed. Our anchor is for sure Captain L.
Well, I have no doubt that you'll be seeing very little of Lana Ann before you're back at Greyville next week for the Daily News 2000 and Act 2 of the Captain L show with lots of other very fine racehorses on show.
Yeah, Andrew, just wonderful being in KZN at this time of the year. The weather's gorgeous. The racing's fantastic. So, you know, what more can a man want? You know, it's just brilliant to be here.